All right, welcome back to another episode of Full Circle with me, Onyx. And we're going to continue the discussion of the triangle in the symbol of Western mysteries, which is like a circle and a triangle and a square. And it could be repeating, it could be rearranged in a different way, but it basically has become somewhat of a symbol that means Western Mystery School, mysterious teachings and traditions. So, if you followed some of my other videos, I actually used the structure of a square to represent your psychological prison and the circle to represent you opening up, being open and receptive in receiving mode, which is basically switching you from a 3D experience into a fourth and fifth dimensional experience. And now, in the last video of Ascension, how to ascend or help yourself out spiritually, we're talking about the triangle, which is basically the school, it's the pyramid. And the seven chakras fit within that triangle. The base is obviously the root chakra, and you notice how wide it is. And so you can consider that the lowest dimension. And the and so it's essential to eat properly. It's essential to get enough physical exercise and help your body out as much as you can. And notice how much of our energy goes to maintaining our basic needs, which is food, shelter, work, play. And so everything that we do with all of our five senses, our whole physical body is that lower base chakra. It's our physical health and well-being. And so really maintaining that base is essential on the ascension path. Being daily mindful of it, eating enough food, having enough vitamins and minerals, having a clean environment. This goes into sacred space, and your body is a temple. This is all root chakra stuff. And in a weird way, that's kind of very individualized, but very collective. Uh, so you could see that you could create a wonderful life here on planet Earth or wherever you are, uh, just by really working that very first chakra. You could have pretty much everything that you've desired to experience on this planet by really honoring your root chakra. So that would be probably removing toxic substances from your life, um, toxic people from your environment, all this like spiritual stuff that is good wisdom, practical common sense over the human experience pretty much relates to that lower chakra. And so moving on, so you see where your consciousness is and your worries and your stresses are, you know. So looking at that old roadmap we used for the psychological prison, it's made up of four areas. The environment was number one. And within this environment was genetic patterns and blueprints, habits, and then like the other one was habits and behaviors on repeat that give you a sense of consistency of this is your life. This is who you are. They're maintaining habits. So if you have low self-esteem, you're talking to yourself in a certain way, viewing yourself in a certain way, habitually to the point where maybe it's gone under the surface as background noise called subconscious. But basically, it's on repeat, these habits and behaviors. The other element is the memories you choose to keep. Some of those memories are still activated, charged with energy, and so we think about them. A certain event in our past hasn't been cleared, and that could go even farther into past lives. If you believe in that, the only reason why you remember it or pay any attention is because it's loaded with energy. So you have to learn to unload the energy from your past experiences to get you into the present moment and to get you empowered again and not having that ball and chain of energy. Why am I tired all the time? Why do I procrastinate? Why do I have anxiety? Why do I have depression? Probably because you have a lot of loaded images from your storehouse of memories. And so these events happened in time and they happened to you, and you physically experience them on some level, hence it's still root chakra stuff. So even a lot of the psychology and behavioral psychology is still rooted in our root chakra. So it's almost like you could turn the pyramid upside down, and that highest point of achievement is now the lowest point of achievement. That root chakra is the battery, storehouse, and your most helpful agent to ascend and descend. So, this is a really big issue. A lot of New Age spirituality will help you ascend, assuming that a higher plane of existence, new higher knowledge is going to somehow help you out. And really, all that's required is basic knowledge and you mastering the basics to help yourself out first. So, in the Kabbalah, in the mystery tradition, basically they say Kether is Malkut and Malkut is Kether. So basically, the lowest is the highest and the highest is the lowest. And and the lowest of the highest, so what we can access, what we consider the highest plane, is the lowest of the spiritual plane. And so for some other entities, the lowest of our human existence is the highest of other entities' existence. And so what we consider hell, another being may consider heaven, or another state of consciousness may consider that bliss. So just a little perspective there. And all you escape artists trying to get to heaven from that old paradigm called religion. Uh, History. Oh, so the thoughts that. So after you've had these experiences, you had judgment calls, you wrote a story about it, that history and those thoughts of how you affirm yourself to be in each moment and into the future habitually play too. And then it doesn't help that your environment is also giving you all the thoughts, all the information, all this noise from media. That's also a part of the prison and something you have to regulate, choose what you wish to experience, what you'll pay your attention to. When you start filtering that stuff out, is this in my highest good? Does this serve me? You start to ascend. Does this, so you're making a choice here. So your life as lived day to day, the work you put in, the consciousness, the awareness, the tuning in, does this food go in my body at this time? Is this portion the right amount? Is this the right stuff for me? Are these people good for me? Do I really need to work 8 hours here? Or should I work somewhere else? And should I work a different set of hours? And is this helping me? Do I need to move? Do I need to stay? All these thoughts, all these feelings, all these decisions, all these actions, uh, awareness is key. And obviously, action. And so that's just how we kind of like elevate ourselves through the root chakra. Moving into the second chakra, it's about relationships, how we relate to our environment, how we feel about it. Feeling is a response of things known and unknown, but we're interacting with things. And so when we interact with another person, we tend to reproduce. And so the second chakra has a lot to do with our closest friends, families, and loved ones. And when you feel that sensation of people getting under your skin, or people wanting to be a part of your life and add themselves, like they attach themselves to you as a friend or an enemy. They try to relate to you emotionally. They try to create a sympathetic bond, either in hatred, like a deep bond can be made out of hatred or it can be made out of love, physical touch, sensation, very close to the earth, very close to this plane of existence. Pleasure seeking, food, drink, all that stuff. Second chakra. And when you realize bringing your own energy back from those experiences and kind of like putting yourself back in that womb, back in that safe place, you naturally start to detach and not need that. You find sustenance, you find all the nurturing within your own womb, within your own belly. Your belly has a wisdom, it has an intuition. There's like a guidance system there. You find comfort in yourself. You learn to heal yourself, self soothe. You also learn how to correctly interact with things and let them go. And so, being centered is the first way to detach. The other way is in love and gratitude. For the positive and negative experiences, you are learning a lesson. And through these experiences, you grow spiritually. You increase in power, knowledge, wisdom, and love. And so, when you're being honest with yourself and not playing the victim and the martyr, not giving yourself a reason to attach to these reflections called other people, uh, you clear that chakra. So, really, the second chakra has to do with being love, being consciousness, being you in relationship to others. And we find that by learning how to contain ourselves, by staying in our frame, staying in our own life, our own business, our own environment, our own sacred circle, boundaries. So your home is kind of like your whatever your it could be your home or your bedroom. For me, it's my bedroom. That is my container. The next one is my body. This is my boundaries. This is where I begin and you end, you know? So really, so in a weird way, there's a purification that goes there. Like how many times we let people into our energy because we want to add someone to our experience. And really, we give them too much room into ourselves, into our minds, into our hearts, into our bodies. And we start ignoring the feelings. Am I allergic to that person? My body's having a reaction. Do I need to go? You know? So, I could spend hours on this, but we're not going to. We're going to move up. So, we're moving up to that third layer, which is the sense of self and also your willpower, the jewel in the lotus, you know? And I've really come to understand that as self appreciation. When you really just love yourself enough, understand yourself enough, know yourself enough, and value yourself enough, you start to appreciate who you are with all your flaws. You go, this is part of my uniqueness, and this is part of the unfolding of the awesome being that I am, and my very existence is enough. I am worthy, is and my voice matters and my thoughts matter and I matter. When you really know you matter, you don't need other people's attention. You know, just existing, just being self empowered and self approving is a revolution in itself. While everyone needs a whole bunch of other people to say yes, you know, to or everyone else to agree to make that a truth, you are your own truth. Your very existence, it's a gift to be the universe experiencing itself as you know, or however that is. And so this selfhood, this individuating. So in the other chakras, we were kind of stuck with our environment, the country, the state, the town you were in, the time period you're in. That really has an effect on what limitations are put on you, and what freedoms. Some people can't get away from their family. These are like horrible people that use the word family to stay connected and attached, to give up personal power. Some people can't leave their country at will, or their work or their house. So some people are bound to where they live. So we see how we're attached and bound up. The third chakra is where you get enough personal willpower, enough courage to break those bonds and learn detachment truly. When you are really honoring yourself, you're like, all this information coming in from all these spiritual gurus and psychics, that's nice and all, but you know what? I am the one who knows. I am the one who's being guided. I have a direction. That direction has been put into motion before I was born. So if I just follow my own bliss, if I follow my own joy, if I follow my own happiness, and if I understand myself enough to know what that is, I'm not lost. I'm not caught in emotions or what other people want, second chakra, and I'm not letting the whole world tell me what to do. I'm not joining a tribe or a cult and letting the mass uh, agreement make me go to war or make me jump up and have a spiritual experience. I'm not in the congregation. I'm not in. I'm not a follower, which is those other two chakras. Why do we follow unless we feel like we're going to lose something? You know, there's nothing to lose when you know who you are and you're celebrating yourself. That's third chakra. So we don't really get attached to what other people think. We know that's their opinion and their experience and their reflection, but we don't have to think about it too hard because we're so much ourself. What is my purpose in life? To be yourself. Why am I here? To be yourself. Those answers are already answered because you're here. You exist. And so, through that, through divine birthright, you are entitled to care about yourself and be worthy and feel worthy and be proud of yourself and honor yourself and express yourself in healthy ways. And if people can't see that, they can't join the celebration of you and you join the celebration of them. If we all can't wear our crowns in this group and we can't talk and express ourselves with honor and respect based in value, well, that was easy to detach and let that go. So now we've moved into our personal sovereignty. And it's really interesting that then the heart chakra is next, self love and being love. When you care about yourself and value yourself so much, you become a being of love. You become non reactive. You're not playing below the belt like some people like to do in order to create attachments, playing the victim, making it all about themselves, dark side of the inner child, throwing a fit, trying to make other people emotionally responsible for them. Second chakra, first chakra. So, all these chakras, when they're not healthy, show up as a really bad performance, really bad behavior by adults. And we're like, what's going on? It's pretty simple. They're acting out through the lower chakras in an unhealthy way. As we transcend, so it's really simple. Start affirming how much you love and care about and how great you are, how valuable you are. See your own worth. Affirm it, write about it, think about it, read about it. See it in other people if you can't see it in yourself. See it as a, you know, and that's a way to work it out and ascend. So we move to the heart chakra, which actually is healing. It's also balance, it's neutrality, it's not taking sides. It's I am love. I am loving, you know, and here I am, I exist. But it's also stepping out of the personal experience. So the crowning achievement of your personal experience was celebrating yourself. And if you have a partner, celebrating yourself and your partner and your selfhood. What the human experience was to come down and experience yourself. And now we transcend it. We move out of time and space and we find out love is timeless. We find out love moves faster than the speed of light. It's in all places, all at once, all the time. And so it's being in the presence of love, and being it and embodying it and feeling it. There's an endless amount of love coming to you, moving through you, in and out. So you're constantly giving in, receiving it healthy because you deserve it and your divine selfhood. And you're constantly flowing it out because there's plenty of it. The whole universe is made of love. so, and so beauty through this appreciation, gratitude, and generosity, we create masterpieces. And so we really see mastership at the heart chakra. We see balance. We see the wisdom to see both sides, to empathize with the victim and the villain, and see that they're the same being. Every villain is a victim, and every victim is a villain. That if you're stuck in this polarization, the cessation of polarity happens in the heart. It's like when you really look at the bully, they're aggressively trying to defend themselves. They're reacting and it's harming others. And you can see the victim inside the bully. And when you look at the bully, you see the victim, like however that is. So victims go out of their way to coerce other people. They patronize them in subtle ways. They cling on and hold on. They push people in soft, covert ways to then react and bully them to make their story true so they can play this polarity of, see, I'm right. So it always comes down to right, wrong, good, bad, you versus me, polarity. I had to do this because there was only one option, and this option was good and the other one was bad. So this polarity thinking, this duality thinking, creates war and causes you to see the other innocent person as the bad person. And when you blur the lines, when you see the good and the bad and the bad and the good, and you see it all lovingly, you transcend duality, transcend time, and you live in a timeless place. So the ones who make it into your heart, the ones who you deeply love, it doesn't matter if they're dead or alive, you love them forever. You know that bond is there forever. Anything less than that is filtered out into memories that you unload the energy on and you forget. You go, that was a lesson, and you move on. Whether it's in this plane or the next plane, or you're playing in the astral plane, all negative experiences leave. The ones we keep are the ones we love. They become eternal. They become timeless. And you experience yourself as that timeless love. So you're obviously non-threatening. You're obviously safe. You're obviously open, and you're receiving. From the level of timelessness, you get to move on to higher levels of consciousness, awareness. And so this is the ascension process. It starts with you. It starts with valuing your body, valuing what you put into it, what you expose yourself to. So a lot of it has to do with purity and cleanliness. So that is basically what religion and spirituality is all about. If it was ever a ritual to do, it would be one of purification and cleansing, because that takes care of everything. You're not polarizing yourself saying only good vibes or only, like, you're not dividing stuff up, but you're taking personal responsibility and you're cleansing your mind. And the best way to cleanse your mind is not adding more garbage to it. If you want to heal, stop adding the stuff that's harming you first. Then go about your cleansing process and you find it much easier. So, if you're focusing on the problem, why so and so did this, what's their motive, I can't figure it out. You're focusing and adding energy to the negative, and then you get sucked into it more. The more loving option, the place of wisdom, would be just focus on love, focus on self love, focus on anything that brings love and beauty into your life. It was an option. You don't have to choose wrong, right, yes, no, heaven, hell, good, evil, black, white, man, woman, young, old, past, present, past, future. You can be here in the present, which is where we needed to go. Being here in the present, being here in the now, duality disappears. Being here present fully, being here now, timelessness, the master key opens up, and then divinity pours into you. So that quantum level of fifth dimension, all that 0 point that people talk about, accessing the Akashic records, opening up your third eye, having spiritual experiences happen actually in the present moment. Channeling happens in the present moment. You're not worrying and fussing about the past or the future. You're content in the present. You're calm. You're here now. If you're calm and you're present here now, you probably are enjoying yourself and you're feeling good. Keep it in balance. So the heart chakra is balance. It's the center. There's 3 chakras below it, there's 3 chakras above it. So start and end with the heart chakra, you can't go wrong. So I always look at the throat chakra as self-control and who's being controlled. Into slave mind, they have their head down. Are you being controlled by your lower chakras, head down? Are you being too idealistic and you're being controlled by perfection? Your head's up, too far up. Are you being over loving, one-sided, and you're a love bomber and you're caught up in the bliss because it feels so good? You don't want to feel the pain, you just want to stay in a sense of ecstasy and bliss. You're too far open. You're pushing yourself forward. Balance, center line. Are you working too much on yourself? Have you forgot to give to the world, to your closest relations, friends, families, and loved ones? Now let's go to the third eye. What type of knowledge, what type of information are you taking in? And is it actually real? Is it serving you? And now, it's also about being clear. So we've kind of eliminated duality with the heart chakra, but we eliminate it once again through the third eye. The dualistic snakes on the caduceus join at the third eye. They unite and become one. It's seeing holistically. It's seeing past, present, and future as one. Life, death, rebirth as one. It's living, it's knowing, it's understanding, it's wisdom of, the experiences of the past. Like, I can't really explain it. There's not too much to talk about it, but it's about being clear. It's about intention. We could say that. What is the intention underneath this experience? What is the lesson I'm supposed to be learning? Why is this happening? Really, what's the lesson? How am I growing? How am I elevating? This is the type of mind Do I see the beauty in it all? Do I see the beauty of suffering? That it's actually serving me. So there's no room for a victim or a martyr. There's no reason or room. It's not logical to capitalize on the negative situation when one, I created it. Two, it's teaching me exactly what I need to learn. All is good, all is serving me, all is one. To the spiritual realm. Part of balancing of the third eye is closing off the closing. So from the heart chakra up, we move from the outer world in. We move from doing to being. In this present moment, in the now, I'm everywhere at once. There's no reason for me to do, but there's plenty of reason for me to be still and silent and know. In silence, in my beingness, in my presence, I let the 1,000-petal lotus opens and blooms. I become aware, I know, I understand. I am connected one with Source. I'm one with my Maker. I am just like my Maker. I'm not moving, I'm still, I'm silent, I'm everywhere at once. I am love. I am wisdom. I am power. Love, wisdom, power. Not too much love, not too much wisdom, not too much power. Holistically, healthy. From this place, I have ascended the pyramid. I have ascended the throne. I've moved up the chakras. I now put my crown on and rule. Now I'm in full meditation position. Now all the information comes to me. I prepared myself. I prepared my outer space and my inner space. I prepared my body. I prepared my mind. I prepared my emotions. I prepared my environment. Now all I need to do is sit and receive. Automatic healing, automatic understanding. I'm dialed in. I'm connected. And now, welcome to the mysteries. You'll have a powerful experience of your own presence, of your own being. Your higher self may descend. You may join with your higher self. You may experience the I am presence. And the key to it was being present in the now. Calm, centered, peaceful, clear. Open,